Hey everyone, C2 here with another base tour end of game video tradition that I've started for myself for some kind of reason anyway. Today we have V-Rising, a top-down uh, base survival game, which I will say is probably the new gold standard in this genre. It's impressive in terms of quality of life, it's well thought out, and what's even more impressive is that it's a PvP game that is meant to be played online. But here's the thing, and the reason why I'm standing at the menu is I want to show you the rule set I've used that makes the game a bit more of a offline solo type game. If you want to reproduce this, if you want to play this game, this is what I did. Let me show you. Once you start the game, leave the game and then load your own game. And if you select uh, your own game, you can do edit settings here. And then I'm gonna go through real quick why I did specific things. You can see that they are not the default values by the arrow that is here. This is unchanged, this is changed. In this case, soul shards, plentiful or unique, doesn't matter. To be honest, I have all four. I'm alone, I'm offline, it really doesn't matter. I've changed this to be a bit minimum because, to be honest, the the time I've spent in tier 1 incursion was not long enough anyway. Doesn't quite matter, and they can get in the way of spawning tier 2s. Which is where here I think I moved this just a slight bit or something. I think default is 20 minutes. I went 30 because that's the majority of the end game. Feel free to change that all you want. This was very comfortable for me. I've also, and this is probably the most contentious point of this rule set, is teleport bound items is removed, which means that you can warp around the map with your stuff. It feels like that restriction was made as a design decision for multiplayer, although it kind of removes the pressure of walking amongst monsters that you want to kill. By the way, you probably want to kill everything, just so that you respawn with a different type, quality of blood. That's another subject for some other time, but in PvE environment, I feel like this is not cheaty. It just saves time, and to be honest, there's a lot of time sinks. If for a PvE game, there's a few ideas that could come along the game and make it a little bit better. Anyway, that's the only difference here. The biggest difference is right from the get-go, I went to 2 here. Why? Simply because the game is very much balanced against 2 or 3 player groups of people, and it feels like it would be tedious to leave it at 1. 2 was pretty damn comfy. I went with 3 here for servant hunts because, well, they are basically a whole day. You won't see that many unless you play like a lot. And at the end I went up to 3. I wish I did sooner, to be honest. I just advise this. They're like 16 hours a pop. It's not a problem. Resource yield I've also set up to double. Honestly, a good decision that I did. Then I lowered this to 0.5 for the restock timer on traders. I don't think it matters, to be honest. Unless you want to hang around there for a while, I don't think it matters. I have unchecked PvP enabled. It doesn't do anything as far as I know for offline servers, but I wish there was a few things that would be different, especially how can I say this? Location-based inventory pulling for crafting. I wish you could leave your stuff in your chest and it would magically craft. If I don't know if it's in the same castle, maybe Something like that. I wish that there was PvE features, but maybe for later. Next, in terms of castle, the only thing I've changed is the crafting rate. Again, this is a single player. I played it as a single player offline, so the pressure of standing around is not there. Same for refinement rate. Some of those are very, very long. I still left them a bit low, but I feel like this could be like all the way to the top. Standing around shouldn't be an offline game feature. And this was vanilla. So there it is. So let's load in and check um, what I've done. We're about to, in terms of one of my castle, there was only one of them. I could have built more, but the need kind of gets removed when you have that setting about limiting teleportation. It kind of removes that pressure. Um, yeah, that's basically the biggest pain point, I think. And then, well, time to get in. This is my home. So as we get in, we can see the prisoners are right on display, and they should know their place, right? Oh, something I forgot to mention. I kind of glanced over it, but I put it all the way up to 12 servant coffins at max tier. And to be honest, that wasn't that necessary, but it's a nice change. Like, if you're alone and you just want to send 16 hours expeditions, well, damn, you should have a bunch of them. And to be honest, like as you can see, there's a few missing right now. I was tearing up at the end with better quality uh, prisoners. In this case, this is 100 brute and 100 scholar, and this one I think is an 86 worker. The rest, well, they were really good. In terms of the workshop, what I've discovered is there's 5 big rooms, as you can see. That's wolf. There's only 5 types of actual rooms, and as you can see, you get nice 2x2s in terms of space. I would actually suggest, if you can afford the space, go for 4x4 for most of these, and put 2 of every like refiners and 1 crafter. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, as you can see. Even like 2x3s and 4x2s, 4x3s can be enough. And this actually ended up being my main room. I spent most of my time, for some kind of reason, crafting pots and everything. At the end kind of gets nasty. And yeah, that's pretty much a quick tour of the workshop area. And here you can see I have currently all the soul shards, including Dracula's. I have, well, this character is basically maxed out. The only thing I don't have is legendary weapon. Sadly, I did a lot of farming, and to be honest, I didn't feel like doing it more at the end. But I did get the unique crossbow and unique gun. Neither interested me, sadly. I wish I had found a bow. That would have been great. Anyway, and here we have, well, the pièce de résistance. Everything that had to do with, you know, castle features all fits here. And by the way, yes, those stairs lead nowhere because of reasons. And it would all it all fit on one floor. And as you can see, by the way, I don't have like a study research area. I simply removed them after unlocking everything. And then yes, this is obviously a tier 5 with a lot of space. I actually unlocked in the rule set to go all the way to 6 tiers. I wanted to do this room at the top, but honestly I didn't bother. And then we have this cute little garden area here with everything that was needed. Briars and what is What are these again? Devils something? The one for the health potions. Those should be your two concerns. The others not so much. And I think, to be honest, that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's not like an artful thing. There's nothing fancy here. Yeah, that's literally just it. So, oops, I'm a bear, but no. But yeah, this is what my character ended up looking like. Dracula's set is very red and black. It's very nice. I like it. And I went with Shadow, if you wondered. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So this is C2 signing out from V-Rising. It was great. Love the game. Small thoughts here and there. The game could do with like a PvE rule set with PvE features. I don't know why it's not there. I didn't see in the marketing that this was like a big PvP only game, but it did work well. In terms of scaling, I played on normal, by the way. This was my first playthrough, and it was extremely hard at the end. Anything like, yeah, starting with Simon Belmont and up was actually fairly hard, like very, very hard. These four, this guy took me 4 hours. Very, very, very hard boss. Fair, but hard. Solaris was also very hard. Thulzer actually was a one-shot. It was actually a hard, but good fight. These two, and I'd say the last 10 hours were these three. And I understand that they are scaled for 2 to 3 players. Damn, was it a good challenge. Like a really, really good challenge. I kind of wish all single player games were this hard. That also was one of the big ups of this game. I honestly suggest it to anyone that is a fan of survival based construction type things. And yeah, like Terraria, even Stardew in a sense, but not really. Minecraft, I hear Grounded fans love this game, so yeah, hard recommend, especially for 40 bucks. By the way, this game doesn't even have any functional DLCs. They're all cosmetics, a bit even fairer than say Path of Exile or something like that. So it's basically like tipping the devs when you buy DLC in this game, which is magnificent. Well done. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. C2 signing out.